How likely is it I can survive solely on Grun's vitamins?
Hello? You're currently on the phone with Kacey K. Yep, that's me.
Good morning, everybody. It is currently, June 24th. Today's your birthday. Happy birthday. It is 7:43 a.m. and welcome back to the podcast. You're currently on the phone with Kacey K, and we have a lot to talk about today. A lot of me to talk about. Not a lot, but there are some things I want to talk about. Oh, I just remembered I have to add this little thing in because you guys would be proud of me. I actually went through and organized my lists, so they're kind of in better order now. Although I'm just realizing I forgot this one thing. A lot of movie news. Lots of movie news this week, and a lot of exciting. Some sequels. Is it sequels all the time? Like, is Shrek the Third a sequel? Or is a sequel like two? Maybe we should find that out. Because one of them is a fourth movie. Does a sequel mean two? Okay, a sequel essentially means any work that follows and continues the story of a previous one. While often associated with a part two, a series can have multiple sequels, meaning the third, fourth, or even 20th installment in a franchise is technically considered a sequel. There you go. The more you know with Maria Menounos. Do you guys ever watch those? They used to be at the beginning of Cinemark movies before even the trailers. You'd go in and that girl will be talking to you, Maria Menounos. She's the girl, the lady, I guess I should say, in that Justin Bieber interview where she does that weird laugh and he does it back to her. He's like really young. It's like when he's probably in his like baby era, like the song, not not him, but anyway, she had this segment before all these movies called The More You Know with Maria Menounos, and I don't know like how she got famous. Like I don't know what she did to get famous or to be like that known of a journalist or whatever, but she's kind of everywhere and she has a podcast. I actually like her. And I'm pretty sure she had a brain tumor, I want to say. I'm pretty sure it was her. But I remember one time said her dad used to lay on the beach and have the kids throw rocks on his stomach. I don't know about like rocks, but like a boulder, but like maybe pebbles and stuff. And he'd flex his abs to get the rocks to fall off. And that's how he'd get in shape, like his core in shape. I always thought about that. But she has a podcast. So whenever I find out new things, I'm always like, the more you know with Maria Menounos. And she's Greek, so a fellow Grecian. So the backpack saga. You guys will be very proud of me. And some people are probably going to be like, you're actually going to spend that much on a backpack? You have no idea how long I thought about this process. Here's the thing. I wanted a backpack that's going to last me a long time. I'm kind of, even though I can't afford it, you can't really, when you're poor, like they always say, to save money, subscribe to the year-long subscription, not the month-to-month. And I'm like, I don't have that. Like, that's not an option. It's kind of like when poor people, it's like more expensive to be poor. Like you're just constantly getting poorer because you're poor because you can't afford like the discount stuff. But the discount stuff always comes with a much higher upfront cost. But you can't afford the upfront cost. So you had to pay the month to month thing. So like I want to buy like high quality pieces of clothing and just like stuff because you don't want to have to keep buying things over and over again. But it's not really possible. So I was really looking at this Coach backpack. I know what you're thinking. I've had Coach wallets. I've had like they've all been great. I have a Coach belt. I love it. Coach is known for their quality. I know a lot of people make fun of them. I think they're having a kind of a resurgence right now, which is great because the CEO was on some podcast or interview saying, I don't know if he was saying in the sense that he knows that they're not known for being the chicest brand, but all he cares about is making high quality products that like, yeah, it might be a little bit of a stretch to buy, but like an everyday person can have it and it'll last them and it'll be good. And so I'm like, I like that. I like that he's, saying it how it is and just laying it all out there. Anyway, so I don't want to have to buy a new backpack in like 2 years. Because guys, my last backpack I had for 17 years. 17 years? No, not that long. 16. Almost 16 years. And it's great. Like, sure, it was out of date. Sure, it was like not like the most in style thing, but it worked. It had all my little compartments I needed. I knew where everything was at in it. It was just very handy. And you could just throw in the washer, and it was so nice. So I went back and forth for probably like a week and a half, 2 weeks, going back from a Coach outlet backpack to a Coach backpack, and the the prices were significant. Like the Coach backpack was three of my car payments. Let's just say that. And I was like, well, I can do Klarna or Affirm, and I can pay $43 for 18 months. And I was like, you know what? If I have to finance a backpack, it's probably means I can't afford it. And the other one, I just didn't like the color of the other one. I just didn't, it did not look as good as the other one. And the other one I liked because it had like it was like really dark brown leather and it was distressed. And so like I wouldn't feel so sad if it got kind of beat up and it would make it look more distressed, you know? But I couldn't do it, you guys. I was so close. And if you know me, that's huge. Because I would in the past just buy it. Mainly because I'm like, I'm out of money. Like I have to kind of budget now. And secondly, is because I don't want to have to look at that backpack and think, why did I do that? Like I could have done so many other things with that. I could have gone on a trip with that. I could have, save that money for when my car breaks down because we all know my car is on its last leg, but I will drive it the last 20,000 miles. I can save it for a down payment on a new car because Lord knows I'm going to need one soon. I just didn't want to have to look at it and be like, why did I do that? Because I always do that. I think that was what happens with impulse shopping, impulse buying in the moment. It's so exciting. It's so exhilarating. It's so thrilling and just, oh, the rush. I'm telling you, the movie Confessions of a Shopaholic was written about me. Like, when I saw that in the theaters, that movie spoke directly into my soul. And I'm like, this is me. I was thinking that movie, Kaching by Shania Twain, and there was one other movie. There was one other movie, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure those are the reasons I have such a horrible spending problem now. I listened to Kaching by Shania Twain thousands of times. Up was like one of my, I think it was my first CD. My mom got it for me for Easter one time. Had the red CD and the green CD. Red CD was like pop, and the green CD was country, and it had the same songs on it. They were just re-recorded differently. And I remember I'd only listened to the first two, three songs maybe. Up, I'm gonna get you good, and maybe one other one, and Kaching. And then finally I was like, I'll listen to the rest of it. Anyway, that's not important. But I listened to Kaching. It's like a staggering amount of times. And I really do. I'm thinking nowadays, I'm realizing that what you listen to, what you consume really does affect you and have a pull on what you do. And so I didn't buy it, you guys. I went upstairs at the place I worked. I got this backpack that I got usually 80 bucks. I got it for 40 because of my discount. I was kind of like, I guess this is what we'll have to do. It's mainly for like tech laptops or tech backpacks and stuff. And I was like, I guess this will do. I actually really like it. I like it a lot, actually. You can sit it on the ground and it'll stand. Like it doesn't fall over because it's like how the base is built. It has a completely separate compartment for my computer. I can actually fit my day planner in it, which I like carrying around now, but it's pretty big. Fit my book in it. I can fit my charge. Like I can fit pretty much everything I could in my last one in this, and I'm happy about it. So there's that. I will not be getting rid of my other backpack. It will be going into storage. I don't know why, but it's sentimental. I can't get rid of it. So yeah, that's that. I went to the home show again this week. We went to more, me and my friend Mallory, we went to a lot in Alpine, and there was one that had the coolest movie theater room I've ever seen. If I ever have a house, when I do in the Prairie homes, whenever I have a house, like a custom one, it will have a movie theater room. Like it's a non-negotiable. Because I love movies, I love watching TV, I love all that. So I've always thought that was one of the coolest things you can put in a house, and they've kind of become more pushed aside. Like a lot of people love those bunk rooms. I don't. Again, I'm sorry. Golf simulators are popular. Would never catch me dead having one of those in my house. The Crumble house we went to, this is the other founder of Crumble, and this house was like a palatial estate. It was so nice. It didn't feel cozy. But there were a few aspects of it that did. Their theater room was cool too, but it was just too big. They had a bowling alley in the basement, which was cool. A lot of it felt very like, I don't know, religious temple type vibes. And if you're going for that, there you go. It was too, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it was too pretty. It's too perfect, almost like you wouldn't have fun living there. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it was like a lot. It was a lot. And there were some things in there I'm like, I don't like that. Like, that just seems like you want to spend money. You know what I mean? It's not really that practical. Like when are you ever going to use that? But this other house had a theater room and it kind of like was in a hidden wall and you went down this little curved staircase and you get there and it has I'll put these pictures up. They're blurry because my camera's always blurry. if I don't wipe the screen off or the lens off. And it had a concession stand, and behind the concession stand was just tons of props like Jurassic Park dinosaurs, E.T., Kermit the Frog, Star Wars stuff. Like, I mean, it was like decked out and they were all coming out of the wall. Some of them moved. Like, it was so cool. And then you turn to the theater and it looks like an old vintage theater with like the curtains that go around and just like the kind of Art Deco style. I'm like, this is the coolest theater I've seen, hands down. This one was thought out and planned really well. You can tell this person loves movies and stuff. And we were leaving, going out the garage, and they're like, vote for our house. And I actually never did that. Like, vote for our house was the best one in the Parade of Homes. I was like, I'm gonna vote for it just for that theater. And the girl's like, oh yeah, like those props are real, like from Jurassic Park, Star Wars, like they're actually like from the movie. I was like, there was another one in Alpine. It was so detailed. Like it was stunning. It was so completely every detail was thought out. The colors, the schemes, like it would that one was one of my favorites. It was 5 million. But yeah, I love the Parade of Homes. So if you ever get a chance to go, I highly recommend it. Salt Lake one is coming up in July, end of July, so I recommend that one. But my friend Mallory took me to a restaurant. I don't know if it's a restaurant or what it is, but it's a wedding venue that also serves food during the day. It's called Oliver's, and pretty much everything is gluten free. And she has to have gluten free stuff. So she found this place. She's like, I really want to take you there. I'm like, okay. So we went. I got the chicken strips and sweet potato fries. Absolutely delicious. And the they have like barbecue fries, buffalo fries, and one other just kind of fry. Those were good. And it wasn't even that expensive. Like I got all of that food and a drink for like 20 bucks. And like you go to Walmart, you go to McDonald's and stuff now, like it's like 15 bucks for like a hamburger meal. I'm like, this is actually a pretty good deal. So highly recommend. It is in Pleasant Grove. You know where the abandoned Evermore Park is? It's just to the left of that if you're facing north. It's kind of on the northwest side of it by the doTERRA headquarters and all that stuff. I think you get off at Pleasant Grove Boulevard, I want to say. Yeah, I think you get off at Pleasant Grove Boulevard. It's the boulevard, it's the exit that has the BMW dealership. That's how I justify telling people places. I'm like, it's by this place. So I recommend it. Also, this Friday, I went to Archibald's again. I don't know if I talked about this, but this is at Gardner Village. And you guys, this place is like a hidden gem. We've never had to wait there. Granted, we've only been 2 times, and the food is top notch. I was debating on like branching out and getting something different again. I'm like, no, I really feel like I like the what I got last time, so I got it again. It's the lemon chicken with rice and vegetables. Whatever lemon sauce you guys they put on there, I could drink it. It was so good, and it's really not that expensive. They also give you like fresh rolls they bring out, and they have a different kind of butter each time or each season. This one was huckleberry. You guys, my mouth's watering thinking about it. I'm not kidding you. That was so good. Like so sweet and savory at the same time, which is my favorite thing when I'm eating food. Yeah, I we got the artichoke, spinach and artichoke dip. They have like comes with chips and little pieces of bread. Like you guys, you cannot go wrong there. It was so good, and it's really not that expensive. I'm telling you, we got the entrees, the appetizer, and 2 drinks, and it was like 60 bucks. So I mean, that's really good for going out to dinner. And they have prime rib, they have like all kinds of stuff. So I want to go back and try more, but I'm telling you that lemon chicken, absolutely delicious. It's in Gardner Village, so if you get off at 72 and go west, just keep going down that way, and it's kind of on the hill. I'm sure everyone knows where Gardner Village is in Utah, but highly recommend it. Oh, I forgot to tell you this. At the Parade of Homes, me and Mallory stopped at this gas station in Highland, and it was one you could tell was like built in the 90s because it was really set up very odd. And like they had, I don't even know, like a entrance here and an entrance here, and me and Mallory were on this side. And this guy comes in, and he's like so quiet and just like so calm, and he's like, yeah, so like, I was like getting gas and we're kind of just sitting there listening to him and he's like I kind of like drove off and the nozzle was still in my car and like it like ripped off. Like I'm not kidding, that's how he was talking. He was so quiet and like hushed about it. And one of the workers, she could care less what happened. She did not care one bit. The other manager was there, and I know she's a manager because she was telling her, she's like, I'm leaving, but if you need me, call me, like all this stuff. And she like the lady was just about to leave. So we go out our exit And we look over, and the manager is sprinting to the guy's car, and the hose is just leaking gas everywhere. And here comes the other worker, just slowly, casually, not a care in the world. Could have cared less that that place blew up. I'm like, that is so funny. But just the way the guy, he's like, so yeah, like I drove off and like the thing ripped off and it's like in my car. Oh, I saw Toy Story. I saw two movies actually. Saw Toy Story on Thursday, and I'm telling you, I don't cry in front of people. It's really hard for me. But that movie, oh my gosh, I had like not like bad, but there were tears. It was very sentimental, extremely sentimental, especially back to the second movie. And there were scenes in there, like the one scene when they find the lunchbox. I couldn't help it. It was so sad and sweet and bitter sweet and tender, and I was like, this they did such a good job with this. I didn't realize that Jessie was going to be like the star, the protagonist, is that what they call it. Like Buzz and Woody were kind of like side characters. Like everyone else was kind of side characters, and Jessie and Bullseye, mostly Jessie, was like the main star, and I loved it. I wasn't sure how they were gonna incorporate because they end up going back to Jessie's old home. And if you've seen the second movie, you know that's like a touchy subject. But I was wondering how they were going to incorporate that and how they were going to like tie it back in if they were going to. Anyway, I loved it. It made like what 300 something million dollars the first 48 hours on a $250 million budget. It's the highest opening for an animated film, I want to say, and for a Pixar film. Anyway, it's got like 90 something percent on Rotten Tomatoes. It's so good. Highly recommend. Highly. If you especially if you kept up with Toy Story this whole time, you need to see it. It was and I loved seeing all the little kids there like dressed up. Like I'm like I love that this is still going. Like Toy Story was like my generation. And the fact that kids still to this day love Toy Story, like they had their little hats on, they had their super, like their alien suits on or whatever his spacesuit. They were like all, and then the moms would dress up. Like I was like, this is fun. Like I am glad this is still going. So I also saw Leviticus, and this movie was it was really good actually. It was a scary movie, and it did have gore, unfortunately, not nearly as bad as Obsession, which is still climbing the chart. Like I don't, the movie's good, you guys, but it's not that good. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm just mad because of how gory it got, but I don't understand why it's become so popular. Let's just say that. But this movie is about it follows three. Well, it follows more, but it's two guys and they're both gay, and they're in this small town in Australia, and they kind of catch feelings for each other. And the one guy likes the main guy, or one of the main guys. The main guy likes one of the other guys, and they kind of have a little thing going. And then the main guy goes and sees this other guy with this other guy, and so he gets mad and he goes and tells the pastor, who happens to be the other guy's father, and then they bring this creepy guy to come and do like this sermon on them. And basically, how do I explain this? Like, it's a really interesting story, but I don't want to give too much away. It basically makes the person you're lusting after the most, or admire, or desire the most, when you're alone, that person comes up to you and like basically tries to kill you, but you can't tell if it's the real person or something else. And so it's like you don't know who to trust, you don't know what. Anyway, I thought it was good. I kind of went into it being like, here we go again, another scary movie. No, it was actually very good. It's called Leviticus. I recommend it. And I was towards the end of the movie, I'm like, why does that lady look so familiar? I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, that's Alice. And they're like, yeah, you didn't know that? I'm like, no, what? How would I know that? You didn't tell me anything about this movie. They're like, yeah, that's Alice. Alice from Alice in Wonderland, the live action. It's where she went from playing like a teenage kid to now she's playing a mom. She was a terrible mom, by the way, in this movie. She was a horrible mom. But yeah, anyway, that's that. Okay, have you guys been watching? I think it just came out, but it's called Million Dollar Nannies. It's on Hulu. It's like a group of these nannies. There's probably like nine or 10 of them, and they go to Ibiza for the summer because apparently a lot of rich people summer there, and they're trying to get clients so that when the summer's over that they can have jobs and go back, wherever the people live. And it's this one girl named Leah who's starting this agency, and she's kind of a mess, honestly. She gives them all these rules at the beginning, and she's like known to be an extremely good nanny. Like for a lot of Hollywood people, she was Kourtney Kardashian's nanny. Like she is like very sought after, got a good resume, so they're like, oh, this is great. We'll be there. So she's like, no drinking within 24 hours or 12 hours of you going to see or babysit children. Like, I'll list all these rules. And then 5 minutes later, she's breaking it. She's like getting extremely belligerently drunk at the club. And you just slowly see that she's kind of a mess and probably shouldn't be in charge of a nanny agency. Um, Anyway, it's really interesting. What's funny though is there's a guy on there named Jack, and I followed him on TikTok because he used to nanny for a kid in New York in Manhattan, and he used to just post about it. And now he's on the show. And there was one other. There's two guys, and then the rest are all girls, but they range from like 20 to like Leah's 31 now in the show, and it's just really interesting to see like all the different dynamics, and like they're so funny because it's kind of like mom talk. It's just maybe since I'm not in that industry, I don't really care, but they're like, my main goal here is to work and to find a family and to be the best nanny possible. And in my mind, I'm like, what? Like, what does it matter? But like, that's their job. You know what I mean? That's like what they love to do. So like, it would be like me, I don't know, wanting to be like the best in the podcasting network, and someone else who could care less about podcasts, doesn't even listen to them, is like okay, like go do it then. You know what I mean? But they're just so like eager to work and wanting to work. And these families, you guys, these families are nuts. These families are so weird. Especially this one family. I'm telling you, you guys need to watch this. I'm almost done with it. There's 8 episodes. I was like trying to find work inside that I could do so I could keep watching the show. But yeah, I hope it catches on and I hope it keeps going because it is interesting. It is very interesting. I kind of hope it gets the same level of attention as like Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, like it has that potential. It really, really does. And it has you on the edge of your seat. Like there's a family that they nanny for that has three dads, and like it comes out that Leah has slept with one of her clients before, and this is the girl that's telling everybody all these rules they have to follow, and it apparently is a massive deal in the nanny community, which I get. Like it's like so taboo, so cliche, so stereotypical for the nannies to get with the husbands. Like that's just kind of how I think that's how it happened with Arnold Schwarzenegger, isn't it? Or maybe it was the maid. Anyway, even though the guy she was babysitting for was her friend and she wasn't really his nanny, he just needed someone to watch his child for the night, and he was a single dad, and they ended up hooking up. But like the moms are like pissed about this. They're like, we will not recommend you. We will not. Anyway, it's just like they're overtaking Leah as the agency. Like the agency's like 3 days old, and you're already stealing it from her. And she's like, my whole goal is to get the agency back. So I think everyone should watch it because it's very good. Okay, Calvin Klein is selling his Hamptons estate, and it's like $150 million. $165 million, you guys. Is it really worth it? It's a very pretty house. I love this style of house, like the Hamptons, the East Coast Cape Cod type style. But I think we're losing the plot. Like, what's his name? Elon Musk is a trillionaire now. Why do we need a trillionaire? You know what I mean? Like, I used to really rant and rave about rich people, but just seeing how much harder my life has gotten in the last, I don't know, 6 or 7 years, just because of inflation, just because of corporate greed and capitalism. Like, I am all for capitalism, but it has gotten to a point where it's like ridiculous now. Like, we can't even do fun things without feeling guilty and sad that we like, and it's like basic things. Like, I've had friends say, like, yeah, I went and splurged on some ice cream last night. I'm like, that shouldn't be a splurge. Ice cream should not be a splurge. Also, Cold Stone should not be $20 for a shake. Let's just start there. Like, it's just getting harder and harder to like, I wouldn't say I idolize them, but I really looked up to a lot of rich people and was like, wow, like they did it. Like, that wouldn't that be so cool if I could make that much money? But it's like even if you make, $150,000 a year, it's not even like it's like normal level people. And there's no chance of me getting a house by myself unless I make extreme amounts of money. Like there's no saving. I was going through my podcast to find one to listen to the other day, like not mine, but like a list of them, and it said when to know when to know how much money is too much to save. I said, who the is having this issue? Who is having this issue? Please tell me. I would love to see someone saving too much money. I'm like, this is like anyway. So seeing that this house is $165 million is just kind of why there's really no reason. It's for the land, and I mean the house is obviously crazy, but the home comes with 500 feet of ocean frontage. I guess is an extremely ultra rare property because it is on an what did you say? It's a peninsula. Like the part where the house is on juts out, so there's water on this side and on this side and on this side. Like there's water pretty much all around it. I guess that's really hard to find. But it says the famed clothing designer sold the 8-acre compound 5 years ago in an off-market deal reported $85 million. He had originally acquired the 8,900 square foot home back in 1987 with then wife Kelly Rector. The couple spent $3.6 million to purchase the oceanfront estate. See, this is what I'm talking about. 3.6 million to 85 million. And then these new people just sold it for 100. That's double what he sold it for 5 years ago. I'm getting a little heated, you guys. Anyway, it's a pretty house, but I've kind of lost interest now that I'm reading all this. Built in the 1890s and designed for Grey Gardens art or by Grey Gardens architect Joseph Greenlap Thorpe, the shingle-style house has 7 bedrooms and classic details like beamed ceilings, wide plank floors, wainscoting, and crown molding. There are also modern design touches like mirrored catwalk in the living room and a 2-story statement fireplace. I'm sorry, for 9,000 square feet, that's not a it's not a $165 million house. I'm sorry, it's not. Like it's nice, it's not that. Anyway, sorry, didn't mean to get my soapbox there, but it's just kind of ridiculous. This one is sad. This one, so Lilo from Lilo and Stitch, the animated movie, which came out 25 years ago, 26 years ago maybe. Davy Chase, she was also the girl in the ring, Samara. She died. She's 35 years old and she died. And I guess there was like a lot of not controversy, but like a lot of lore around her because she kind of just like disappeared, like completely disappeared. And like people, her agents were like, yeah, we were like talking to her about like upcoming things she could do. This is like back in 2016, like new jobs she could do, new, like where her career was going. And then she just disappeared. Like, no one could find her. And I think it was one of her friends said that someone saw her at a restaurant and called the friend, and the girl like raced to the restaurant. But as soon as she got there, the girl like ran away. Davy, yeah, what's Davy is her name. People are thinking like she was very addicted to drugs. And they're saying that her boyfriend probably didn't have a lot of good influence on her. But it said Chase died Tuesday in Los Angeles, a hospital. Her father, John Schwalier, confirmed, said in the text message to NBC News that his daughter died of complications of bacterial meningitis and blood infection. He added that she was suffering from severe malnutrition. She was homeless and living in Los Angeles near the hospital where she died. Yeah, that's really sad. I guess they were trying to do like a documentary about her because just of like the weird disappearance thing of her. I don't know. That makes me sad. Like she obviously was going through something. Sia has a movie coming out. It's called Sia Nostalgic for the Present. It's an hour and 15 minutes, and it says a bold, genre-defying experience that trades pop pageantry for pure artistry. Awe-inspiring vocals, breathtaking choreography, and iconic performances captured cinematically and soundtracked by an unmatched catalog of hits. It comes out July 23rd. It's in theaters. I'm sure it's probably just in select theaters, but it has Kristen Wiig in it, which I love. Kristen Wiig, it's got Tig Notaro. If you've ever heard of Tig, she is a hilarious comedian. Maddie Ziegler. She's like the dancer that was like in Chandelier and Elastic Heart. What's all those songs that she's been in for Sia? So this could be interesting. I would go see this. Probably going to be in an obscure theater that I'll have to find, but I'll do it. Selena Gomez and Timothy Chalamet are going to be in a movie together. It's a Illumination movie. Illumination is Universal Studios. They're the ones that did, Minions, like all that stuff. Secret Life of Pets. I love that movie. That movie is so good. The movie is called Not Alone, and what's interesting is there's another movie called Not Alone, and it's a scary movie. And when I looked it up, that's the one that took me, like I went through Selena's profile and then found the movie Not Alone, and it took me to that one. I think they messed up because now when you go look at it, there's still 3 showing. One like has nothing, and then one has that scary movie, and then one has this. So I think they made a mistake. But it says follows a rocket machine and an astrobotanist preparing for a revolutionary rocket launch who develop romantic sparks while three runaway aliens take refuge in his home, seeking the rocket as their escape. Rocket Machine and Astrobotanist. Interesting. It's got Timothy Chalamet, Selena Gomez. It's got Brad Goldstein. He's from Ted Lasso, which I'm watching right now and loving, and Allison Janney. Now, I'll tell you right now, I'll watch anything Allison Janney is in. She is truly one of the greatest actresses of our time. Her work is always top notch. She's funny. She's nice. She's down to earth. Like, I love Allison Janney. Love her to death. If you haven't watched Mom, I know I tell you this all the time. Please watch Mom. She's the mom of the mom on Mom, and she's hilarious. Her character is so funny. So anyway, when does this movie come out? This movie is in post-production and it comes April 16th, 2027. So the fact that we're talking about 2027 April is makes me sad. We're just going so fast. Let's see what else is next. A Magic School Bus movie is in the works with Elizabeth Banks to play Miss Frizzle. And I was thinking about it. She has the cadence and the voice for it. So I think she'll do a very good job. But there's really no news just other than that she's going to be in it and there's a movie happening. I don't know who's making it. What studio's making the Magic School Bus? Legendary Entertainment in partnership with book publisher Scholastic Entertainment. Who owns Legendary Entertainment? I want to know the top of the top. So I don't know if it's coming to streaming. I don't know if it's coming to theaters. I don't know if it's like what's happening to it. But oh, okay. So it's on its own. Legendary Entertainment is co-owned by the company's management and American equity firm Apollo Global Management, who bought out the previous owner of the Chinese conglomerate Wanda Group. Anyway, it's its own thing. So there you go. I thought it was gonna be like Warner Brothers or something. Apparently, Madonna said her biopic. I never know how to say that, has been scrapped. And she said that the studio, I think it was Universal Studios, said it was going to be too much money to make. I think this is all in her Interview magazine article because she is on the newest cover of Interview. And she's basically like, I've lived an extraordinary life. Like, I need to tell this story in an extraordinary way. Like, it needs to be high budget. And they said no. So they scrapped it. I'm like, someone come in and swoop that up. Fox, Warner Brothers, like someone, HBO, Amazon, you have a potential to have a massive hit on your hands. Like she is so, I don't, I don't know much about Madonna, but I know there's a lot that everybody doesn't know, regardless if you're a big fan or not. Like she's done a lot and she's been around a lot and she's kind of paved the way for a lot of pop stars. Like she was the original pop star. And so just to not give her away is kind of crazy. That is kind of insane. But let's greenlight another $300 million Star Wars movie. Like let's do all that. But let's not actually do something that's a true story and like is worth telling, you know what I mean? Like that's what bugs me is these studios will pay astronomical amounts for these movies to have like a seventh sequel, but they won't like take a risk on something like this. Like I don't know. It's really interesting. But yeah, I thought that was crazy. Okay, this one, Austin Powers 4 is in the works. And I grew up watching these with my dad, and I probably watched them at way too young of an age, but I love them. Like they were so funny. They're still so funny. And so the fact that they're all coming back together, and I think everyone is back. I don't know if it was AI or what, but it was a picture of Dr. Evil, who's played by Mike Myers, his henchman lady, who I think is the teacher off of iCarly. I'm pretty sure that's what she's on. It's got Rob Lowe and some other person in it, but it's like a lot of the original people. And I'm like, I love when they can get the original cast back. Like it's such, I don't know. It makes you realize that they had fun working on that project. They had a great time. They had a great experience. They really don't have any ill will or animosity towards it. And so that just like warms my heart when people want to come back and make something like this and they're all on board. It's kind of like, what's her name? What's her name? The lady from Sex and the City. Hang on, let me look. It's gonna bug me now. It's on the tip of my tongue. Her name's Samantha on the show. Kim Cattrall. How she was so against doing the and just like that sequel or reboot. Which honestly, I don't know. Maybe she read the maybe she read the script and was like, "You guys, this is trash." But she was like, "I'm not doing that. I will not be in a room for a second doing something I don't want to do." It basically insinuated that her and Sarah Jessica Parker had issues, or she had issues with Sarah Jessica Parker. But yeah, I love when everyone comes together and like likes to recreate something that was such a fan favorite back in the day. Session director has signed an 8-figure deal with Universal. I don't know if that means like for one movie or for multiple movies, but that guy is doing very well. There's apparently going to be a Survivor movie. Let's see if it even has. Now, I don't really care for Survivor. I don't really have any interest in it. I have friends that absolutely love it. Yeah, look at this. Survivor, animated movie, animated comedy set in Animal Kingdom and works at Paramount Animation. The tribe that is CBS has spoken, and Survivor is getting an animated comedy treatment. An animated Survivor movie set in the Animal Kingdom is in the works at Paramount Animation. The reality competition series longtime host Jeff Probst enthusiastically announced on Wednesday. I'm so excited to be teaming up with Paramount Animation to bring you Survivor like you've never seen it before in the Animal Kingdom with wrote Probst on Instagram. This will be an all-out comedy with animals competing for the chance to be crowned sole survivor. So I think that would be pretty good. Interesting. I mean, that's smart because the people love that show and it's done very well and it's still going. So why not capitalize on as much as you can? There's also an animated version of Barbie in the works at Illumination. So that's very, very new. There's not much around that. And there's also a Grinch sequel, like the Grinch, Jim Carrey Grinch, and Ron Howard is coming back to direct it. So that's exciting. That makes me happy. It's kind of hard because The Grinch is, in my mind, The Grinch is a perfect movie from start to finish. Absolutely perfect. And you just never know. You really never know with sequels. Like in my mind, they did a fantastic job with Devil Wears Prada 2, but you know, in the back of my mind, I was kind of like, this could be bad. You just never really know what's going to happen. And it sucks when they rush things because then you're like, no, we don't want it rushed. Like, let's do it right. As unfortunate it is to wait for things, sometimes it does pay off. But anyway, that's exciting. Okay, that's it for movie news, you guys. I told you there was a lot of movie news. This one, what are we at? Brendan Fitzpatrick, he was on The Rich Kids of Beverly Hills. I love that show. They canceled that way too early. But he was engaged to Morgan Stewart, who is now married to Jordan McGraw, who is the son of Dr. Phil. And I've kept following her because she was very interesting and I liked her. And she was on a show called Nightly Pop that I watched religiously every night. I loved those three on Nightly Pop, and they canceled it. And they were all on a podcast recently, and they're like, there was really no reason to cancel that show. They're like, the show was doing well. They just canceled it. And that's what E is known for, is just canceling things. And so I really missed that, but I still follow her. Anyway, her fiance in the Rich Kids of Beverly Hills, I love that show. It basically followed just like rich 20 somethings in LA and their lifestyle and all this stuff. And these two are engaged. But apparently, Brendan has been doing some not so good things. It says Rich Kids of Beverly Hills. I hate when I read the title because it usually says it again in the first sentence. Rich Kids of Beverly Hills alum Brendan Fitzpatrick sued over alleged $80 million scheme. It says Brendan Fitzpatrick is facing a lawsuit after investors accused the former Rich Kids of Beverly Hills alum and his mining company, I can't say this word. I tried to say this name. Carbonatic, carbonatic, carbonatic. It does not flow. I don't like that. They should be sued for that name alone, of participating in what the investors describe as an $80 million scheme that allegedly targeted wealthy businessmen through mining concessions and commodities ventures in Asia and Africa. According to a complaint obtained by People and filed in Florida in November 2025, heavy metal capital principals David Smith and Richard Segerson alleged Fitzpatrick, Carbonatic, and other business associates engaged in a systematic scheme to obtain money from multiple victims through fraud and misrepresentations, omissions, and deceptions. If they're wealthy businessmen, do we really need to call them victims? I know they've been frauded, but like they're wealthy. They'll be okay. I think they'll be okay. A victim to me is like, a poor person. Like victim to me is like someone who, I don't know, not a wealthy businessman. The investors claim that Carbonatic, I'm just going to call it Carbon. The investors claim that Carbon solicited a $500,000 investment after allegedly representing that it had funded investor facilities and mining concessions capable of immediate production and long-term offtake agreement. He agreed to guaranteed 120% dividend by July 2025. The investors later learned the company still required an additional $1 million to $2 million for preparatory work and trial shipments despite earlier representation that it was already being produced, the filing claims. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Another Ponzi scheme on our hands. It's kind of crazy that people think they can get away with stuff like this. Okay, Now You See Me is coming to MGM Grand in Las Vegas. It says, don't miss Now You See Me live at MGM Grand Theater on October 15th, 2026 through January 5th, 2027. Following sold-out runs in Sydney, Perth, and Singapore, Now You See Me Live is making its U.S. premiere on the Las Vegas Strip inside MGM Grand Hotels. Inspired by Lionsgate's global hit franchise Now You See Me, and brought to life by producers of the record-breaking phenomenon The Illusionists, Now You See Me Live is a mind-blowing spectacle featuring 4 trailblazing illusionists. It says tickets start at $62. Oh, that's kind of nice. They actually include what it's going to be with their service fees. $50 plus $12.83 in a service fee, excluding tax, whatever. So that could be pretty interesting if you're in Vegas during those times. What to say, October to January? Kind of seems to be about the time I end up in Vegas is around those times. But yeah, that could be a good one. I don't know if it's like R-rated. I can't imagine it would be, but if you have kids and you want to go down there, that could be a good one. Okay, Taylor Swift was inducted into the Hall of Fame, and she said something. She started crying, but she thanked her family. She's like, "Thank you to my family who moved across, state lines and uprooted their entire lives to pursue a dream of their preteen daughter, and then who eventually stuck with it because they realized that daydream, whatever, was actually like a reality and what she wanted and what she could do. And she just says, I can't thank you enough for taking a chance on me. And it worked. This one was interesting though. I saw a tweet, is the biggest debuts of female albums or female artists on the Billboard 200 in the 2020s. Number one, Life of a Showgirl, 4 million units. Number two, Tortured Poets Department. Sorry, let me say that again. Number two, The Tortured Poets Department, 2.61 million units. Number three, 1989 Taylor's version, 1.63 million units. Four, Midnight's, 1.57 million. Five, Folklore, 846,000. Six, 30 by Adele, 839,000. Seven, Speak Now, Taylor's version, 716,000. Eight, Red, Taylor's version, 605,000. And nine, You Seem Pretty Sad for a Girl So in Love, 485,000. Olivia Rodrigo. I've listened to that album, and I'm not saying it's not good. I don't know, it hasn't resonated with me like it has other people. But the more I listen, the more I really do actually like it. But you kind of have to be like sad. So who knows? Maybe I'll like it. But anyway, that's crazy. So one, two, three, four, five. In the 2020s, she's debuted the most. And let's see, one, two, three of those are re-releases. They're not even the original albums. She's amazing. She's absolutely amazing. Let's see, I had some other news about her. She debuted 20 years ago. Tim McGraw, I always thought Teardrops on My Guitar was the first single, but it wasn't. And I was wrong. I had to find out that it's kind of one of those things where you're like, no, it was this. And they're like, no, it was this. And they Google it and you were wrong and you have to sit there and you're like, well, whatever. But I was kind of curious. I'm like, how many songs does she have? She has a reported, this is, I guess, with vault tracks and everything, but 240 to 280 songs that she has. I mean, that's incredible. That's absolutely amazing. Also, I want to just read you this. I wonder if I saved it too. Pixar sent a letter, yeah, it's right here, to Taylor Swift after they heard her song or something about the movie. It says, Hey Taylor, I had the pleasure of meeting you over lunch when you visited Pixar for All Too Well. It was so refreshing to meet someone who turns out to be as genuine as you had hoped. And transparently, that is what sparked our hopes and dreams of collaborating with you. First and foremost, I'm fully aware that Austin has already discussed writing an original song for the film, so there's absolutely no pressure if you continue to decide this isn't the right time, but we would certainly kick ourselves if we didn't give you some background on the film and the team we've fought to build. 3 years ago, I joined the Toy Story 5 team as an outsider to Pixar. I had spent much of my career working on big franchise films, Thor Ragnarok, Avatar, and Cats. Sorry, Cats did horribly. And Taylor Swift was in that. So then my goal, I will say though, one of my favorite songs of all time is Taylor Swift's song Beautiful Ghosts from Cats. It is so good. Like it touches my soul a lot. It's just really, really gets me. So my then goal was to work with the strong female creatives on equally big films focused around female protagonists. I hesitated when asked about TS5, Toy Story 5, given it was historically a man-centric franchise, but after reading the script, I realized there was an opportunity that changed that. The Toy Story franchise has always been about Woody and Buzz. This will be the first of 5 where the primary focus is on Jessie, the yodeling cowgirl, and her journey embracing her beautifully eccentric style of leadership and character. That's why I'm saying it was about Jessie. Huge efforts were made to build the team around Jessie that could do her justice. Key creatives like our lead editor, animation supervisor, the first solo female animation supervisor on Pixar film in 30 years, our character lead, our cloth and shading supervisors, despite concerns around the moving away from Woody-centric or Buzz-centric Toy Story film, we believe Jessie's story deserves to be told and told well. We are inspired by your journey, carving a path in a male-dominated industry and advocating for it through music, and we believe if Jessie were not but a tiny toy, she would be equally inspired and would also have the whole world in the palm of her hand. I'd love the opportunity to connect, if not this time, hopefully soon. Congrats on your engagement. So I guess I was wrong. Maybe I said that she reached out to them, but maybe she had in the past or something because it said that she was interested in doing it, but they didn't know if she wanted to do this one. But I mean, what perfect timing for that movie and like that storyline to come about and to have Taylor do it, you know. Little Nas X is doing well. He's out of rehab. I don't know if you guys remember, there's a video of him walking naked down the street in LA, completely like out of his mind, and he kind of just disappeared after that. And he said he's doing good. He was working on himself. He's off the internet for a whole year. So there's new music he's working on. He looks good. He looks happy. He looks healthy. He posted a really cute video. It was like him like walking, and you like see him walking to the camera, and he's like, "Oh hey, it's been a while." So anyway, I wish him luck. Miley Cyrus posted a cryptic photo of her foot on the Walk of Fame on her star. I'm wondering if she's doing like a documentary about that or like a I don't know short clip of her speech and stuff about it, but could be interesting. Angie K from Secret Lives. No, I always get those mixed up. Angie K from I was gonna say series of unfortunate events. Why can't I think about this? Angie K from The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. No, okay. Uh, okay. Angie K from Real Housewives of Salt Lake. There we go. Has a podcast now, and it is let's see. It's called The Hustle Podcast, and basically she partnered with GoDaddy, and it's about she says starting a business is not easy. I lost time, money, and even hair over some of the early challenges. Now I'm passionate about using my platform to support other founders on their own journeys. Katsaneva said in a statement, partnering with GoDaddy for the School of Hustle podcast was a natural step given my experience and GoDaddy's purpose to empower entrepreneurs. A digital presence is essential to business, and GoDaddy helps remove the barrier from getting started. I guess it came out yesterday from when I'm recording this, and I think it said Heather Gay was a guest on it. So it's exciting. I'll have to add that to my list of podcasts to listen to. So Katy Perry has been doing concert or festivals lately. Like her whole summer is like all festivals. And if I'm telling you, people, if they go to her thing, they will love it. Like they will for sure 100% love it. And they're always going to have the time of their lives, even if they think she's annoying. Like you're going to go to a Katy Perry concert and be like, oh yeah, I forgot about this song. Oh, I forgot about this song. I forgot about this song. And so someone tweeted, this is why I'm saying she'd be a good candidate for Coachella because her music is just for people to have fun. I really wish people would just get on that train. Someone tweeted, they said, since Katy Cats have been camping in my mentions all day, I want to say I was at Katy Perry's show last night. Had way more fun than expected. She is funny, goofy, and her personality was doing a lot of the heavy lifting, but I genuinely had a great time. I don't approve of that last part, but because she's extremely talented and she literally came out and crowd surfed in a giant water bottle. And then someone subtweeted that tweet, said people crave the Katy Perry live experience so bad that even those who have fueled hate towards her for little years are buying tickets. I'm telling you guys, it's okay. Come back. We will accept you. We will. We will not judge you. You know, we want everyone to come and enjoy Katy Perry. That being said, I thought her song was coming out last week because she's been teasing it like crazy, and she actually performed it. Oh my gosh, I forgot to tell you guys this. She performed The One That Got Away, the original version, at one of her concerts. You guys, that's huge. She's never performed The One That Got Away not acoustic. It's always been acoustic, which obviously the acoustic version is amazing, but the original version, the beat, it's like the perfect, it's kind of like when I'm describing food, like sweet and savory. Like the beat is just so up and savory, and the lyrics are so sad, and like that's the sweet part. So to have, I love when sad songs have a good upbeat or like a ballad, like it's just something you can just sing and it's just like singing at the top of your lungs. And that's this, and she sang it. She actually sang it the original version. But after that, she sang. Oh, well, I forgot to tell you about this. Someone posted on TikTok. They said 16 years later, she finally sings the original version of this song. And Katy Perry commented, she's like, finally, she listened. She's funny. Like, I just wish people would understand that. But then she sang Watch It Burn. That's her new song. And she's like, no one's ever heard this live or yet. And you guys get to hear it first. But she's having a music video coming out on Friday, and it's the same. She was on a podcast last week, the Unfamous podcast I was listening to. She was talking about the songwriting process and working with people, and she had the director of the music video there. And this guy has done, let's see, this guy, I know he did Demons by Doja Cat. Christian, I don't even know how to say that name. I feel for people who have last names you can't pronounce because I know the struggle. Okay, I think his name's Christian Brelisar, but he's known for like making music videos. Like that's his whole job is to make music videos, and he said it kind of just fell into his lap somehow. Can you imagine that being something, a job falling into your lap, working on high budget music videos with celebrities? Listen to this. Listen to this catalog. So he's known for not using AI. He's like completely against using AI. I don't know about CGI. I'm sure he uses that, but this is his roster of music videos. It just keeps going, you guys. Okay, I'm gonna do the ones that I know because that's the only thing I know. It's stuff I know. A lot of these I have no idea. Okay, we're getting. Okay, he's worked with Youngblood. He's worked with Jason Derulo. He's worked with Lil Wayne, Marshmello, Break My Heart Myself by BB Rexa. Fortunately, he's worked with Chris Brown. That's a. I would get rid of that one. I wouldn't put that on there. He's worked a lot with BB Rexa, Sacrifice, Sabotage, Jonas Brothers, Anita. I'm trying to get the ones that people would like no. John Legend, Marshmello, and Khalid. A lot of the same people. People come back to him. The Funeral, Youngblood, and Ozzy Osbourne. That's sad. R.I.P. The Kid Leroy, Buffalo Wild Wings, The Weeknd, Die for You, The Weeknd, Better Believe, The Weeknd, Money Come, Iggy Azalea, I love her. Streets, Doja Cat, About Damn Time, Lizzo, Kill Bill, SZA, Industry Baby by Lil Nas X. He actually said in this podcast interview, he's like, I was the one that had the idea of the shower scene because it was supposed to be a food, like a cafeteria scene. And he's like, we just need something that's like going to like get the attention. That's going to make the music video. And Lil Nas is like, no, I don't really feel comfortable with that. And then like an hour later, he's like, okay, let's do it. And it worked. Chris Brown again. Dude, you need to stop working with Chris Brown. Like, it's actually making me mad now. Creep In by Metro Boomin and The Weeknd. Demons by Doja Cat. That music video is terrifying. I watched it once by myself and I was scared. Yes, and Ariana Grande. We Can't Be Friends, Ariana Grande. The Boy Is Mine, Ariana Grande. Let's see. Swarovski and Ariana Grande. Brighter Days Ahead, the short film with Ariana Grande. Lose My Mind, Don Toliver and Doja Cat. That's the one for the F1 movie. That one is the one where she's like sitting on an engine, a car engine, and it's tied to a chain and it's in oil, or what looks like oil, and it like slowly rises up and the oil is dripping. That scene was amazing to me. A lot of Doja Cat, Band-Aids, Katy Perry, and Hate That I Made You Love Me by Ariana Grande. And now Watch It Burn by Katy Perry. So it was a pretty good roster besides the Chris Brown shit, but we'll get over it. Trisha Paytas has said that she's on GLP-1s and she's lost 26 pounds in 6 weeks, she said. I was listening to her podcast yesterday and she had an actual commercial for it. And she's like, I really enjoyed it because I tried so long and so hard on my own to do it. And it's so hard. And she's like, this GLP-1 has actually stopped the food noise. Like, I don't crave food 24/7. She's like, when I would eat, I'd be thinking about what I was going to eat next. I feel that. Like, I'm constantly thinking about like what I can eat, how much I can eat, like what can I eat next. And it sucks. It really does suck. So anyway, I'm happy for her. I just love her. Like listening to her podcast now. She's just happy. She's just doing what she wants. She's worked really hard and struggled a lot and had a lot of like trials in her career. But now it's like she's at a point where she can just like enjoy it and she's just having fun and she doesn't necessarily care about drama. She likes to talk about the drama. She just wants to enjoy her kids and just do fun things. So I don't know, I'm excited for her book. Anne Hathaway is pregnant again, so I think it'll be her third child. So good for her. This one, Autopia at Disneyland. I've wanted this for years because like you're inhaling fumes like crazy, but apparently they have until 2027, is it April 2027, to change their cars. That's the one like in Tomorrowland where you drive the car and it's supposed to be futuristic, but it's like extremely outdated. Like the cars I don't know. It's like one I'll do if people want to do, but I don't feel the need to do it. But in 2024, they were forced to pay $56,250 in fees, $450 per vehicle in emission fees because they were not up to par. So it says Disneyland has been given a February 1st, 2027 deadline to update Autopia attraction with compliant gas engines or more likely electric engines. I am shocked that they would even consider gas engines, to be honest with you. But if you've ridden that ride, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You're literally inhaling fumes the entire time, and then you just have to sit and wait a lot to get off the ride, and you're just sitting inhaling all these fumes of the cars in front of you. So, not surprised. Not surprised. Okay, this one is the last one we'll end on. I saw a tweet or a picture that I liked the other day. It said, "The secret of life is to waste times in ways that you like." And I like that because a lot of times I'm doing things that I love and I'm like, I'm wasting time. And I'm like, no, if you're enjoying it, it's not a waste of time. Anyway, I thought I screenshotted this, but I did not. But it's about Grand Theft Auto 5. Oh, here it is. Okay. Okay, well, I kind of remember the stuff, so I'll just read you this first photo I saved. GTA 5 or 6 costs $2 billion to make, but the real reason it becomes the most expensive video game ever isn't the budget, it's what they built inside of it. So basically, this it says the city is like a living, breathing city. NPC characters, non-player, yeah, like in the background, like if you like crash a car in front of someone, like some random character, and then you run into them again, they'll remember that. You can go into like 65% of the buildings, I think, now, like actually inside of them. You can get fat, you can get in shape. The police are like actual police people and like will roll out tactical police routines. There's over 200 kinds of cars and vehicles and boats and everything you can drive. It's like so realistic. Like, there's multiple different games you can play in here. Like it is actually like, oh, and they have social media. They have a social media platform in the game. That's crazy. I also wanted to look at this because $2 billion, like, sure, like you could maybe make that back, but is it worth, like, they'd have to make money. I mean, obviously, as a company. Industry analysts project that Grand Theft Auto 6 will generate roughly $3 billion in launch day revenue, with some experts predicting it could break $1 billion in pre-orders alone within an hour. For its first full fiscal year, parent company Take-Two Interactive experts the game to drive record total net bookings of $8.2 billion. Okay, so I guess it is worth it, but they pushed it back like multiple times, and I guess it could be worth it. Like I was saying, with them rushing like sequel movies, you know sometimes it's worth it to wait. But I think pre-sale goes on sale now, like soon, within the next like week or two, and you can. I couldn't remember what I don't really play video games, so I don't know what they're talking about. You can buy one package for like $60 and one for 90. That was like a topic of conversation, but I remember playing that game. I'd never played like the actual challenges, but my friend Landon always had the new Grand Theft Auto games, and I just loved crashing cars. One time, me and my friend Elisa were playing at her house once, and we were laughing so hard. We were having the time of our lives. We were robbing people, we were crashing cars, we were like just running from the police. Like that's a core memory. I think about that a lot, actually. I hope she's doing well, but that was so fun. Anyway, yeah, I don't think I'll be buying a PlayStation 5 for this game, but we'll see. That's actually not true because, as we've discussed, I am better with my finances and I didn't buy that Coach backpack. But anyway, thank you for listening. I appreciate anyone that listens or streams or watches. Subscribe on YouTube, message me. I'll respond. Actually, I've not been very good at getting on the phone with KCK account on Instagram, so I need to be better about that. I just need my goal right now is efficiency. I just want to be efficient, and I've got so much going on. I'm just like all over the place, and it's really hard, especially when you live out of two cars. I'm moving out of my apartment soon up in Utah County, and my goal is just to bring everything back to this house. Like everything, I just want everything here so I can go through it, and so I know where it's at. And I just unfortunately will have to live out of a suitcase for a long time. So I hate that, but at the same time, I'll know where everything's at and I'm ready to like purge. I'm ready to get rid of a lot of stuff, including a lot of my magazines, because a lot of them I look back, I'm like, why did I buy that? Like I just bought them just to buy them. My thing now is I will only buy magazines unless I really, really, really love the celebrity, because I would just buy random willy-nilly magazines. And I'm like, why did I buy that? Like, sure, I like this person when I see them, but I don't think about them. But I want to get my life to be as efficient as possible because I'm just all over the place all the time and everything needs to run smoothly. And that starts with me. That starts with me being more efficient and more organized. So I will see you guys next week and hope you're having a great summer. Like I think this one will come out the week of July 4th. So have a good 4th of July, everyone. Happy 250 years. All right, goodbye. And scene.